Today's lecture is not about debugging. It is about designing correctness from first principles. In production systems, race conditions do not simply produce wrong numbers. They produce double bookings, financial discrepancies, security vulnerabilities, silent data corruption, and the most dangerous part, the system keeps running. Today we diagnose the structural flaw. Next week we engineer the solution. We now move from coordination to correctness under contention. In part 3, we learned how join guarantees completion and visibility. Now we test a harder question. What happens when multiple threads modify the same shared state? This lecture is diagnosis. Week 3 is control. A race condition occurs when the outcome of a program depends on uncontrolled thread timing. Let's elevate the precision. A race condition is a violation of sequential consistency. The same operations, in the same logical order, produce different results due to uncontrolled interleavings. Write this down. This is how you reason about concurrency. There is an important distinction. A data race is a low-level programming error. 2 conflicting accesses, at least one write. No happens before relationship. A race condition is broader. It is a logical flaw where timing determines correctness. All data races create race conditions. But some race conditions can exist even in synchronized systems if logic depends on timing assumptions. This distinction will matter later. A race requires 3 structural elements. Shared mutable state, at least one write, no synchronization. Think of this as the race triangle. Shared state plus write plus no sync. Remove any vertex, the race collapses. This is structural behavior, not accidental behavior. Now we examine a dangerous illusion. Count plus plus. At the source level, one statement. At the bytecode level, load, increment, store. At the hardware level in x86 machine, move, inc, move. 3 separate instructions. These can interleave with instructions from another core. Atomicity is not a language property. Atomicity is a synchronization property. This distinction is fundamental. If initial value is 5, thread A reads 5, thread B reads 5, thread A writes 6, thread B writes 6, final value 6, 1 update lost. Now a different interleaving, A reads 5, A writes 6, B reads 6, B writes 7, final value 7, same code, same threads, different outcome. This is non-determinism, and non-determinism without control is unacceptable in engineering systems. A common misconception. If I use join, my result must be correct. Incorrect. Join establishes happens before for thread termination. It guarantees completion ordering, visibility of writes before termination. It does not guarantee mutual exclusion, atomicity of operations, visibility not the same as mutual exclusion, completion not the same as protection. Write that distinction down. This demo is not an example. It is a stress test for shared state correctness. If your program fails under contention, it is not thread safe by design. The variability you observe is statistical evidence of a race. Race conditions are probabilistic. That is why passing tests does not prove safety. This code is a stress test for shared state correctness. 10 threads each increment the same variable 10,000 times. We use join, so all threads complete and visibility is guaranteed. But we still get wrong results because the increments themselves interleave. If a program fails under contention, it is not thread safe by design. Race conditions are architectural risks. They cannot be tested away. They must be designed away. Expected output is 1,000,000. Actual output varies every run. This is the key danger. No crash, no exception, just wrong values. Race conditions often escape unit tests and staging environments because they are probabilistic. They are architectural risks, not just implementation mistakes. Let's state the core observation clearly. All threads completed because we used join. Memory visibility is guaranteed, yet the result is incorrect. This proves an engineering principle. Completion does not imply atomicity. Coordination does not imply protection. Join guarantees ordering of completion, and it guarantees happens before for thread termination. That means when join returns, the main thread can see what the worker wrote before it finished. But join does not enforce mutual exclusion while the thread is running. It does not prevent interleaving inside the loop. So, Coordination is not protection. When debugging concurrency, reduce the example to minimal threads and minimal iterations. Log before and after the critical operation. Run repeatedly. Race conditions are probabilistic. Print the thread name and the value before incrementing. You will see multiple threads reading the same value and overwriting each other. Engineering debugging rule for concurrency. Minimize the reproduction case, log before and after the critical operation, and run repeatedly. If you can't reproduce it reliably, you can't verify the fix. Concurrency debugging requires controlled minimal repro cases. Now we formalize the structure. A race exists when two or more threads access the same variable. At least one access is a write, and there is no synchronization. Important rule: if any one condition is missing, the race cannot occur. No shared state means thread local data. No writes means immutable configuration. With synchronization, such as synchronized, atomics, or locks, we can eliminate the race. Here is the before and after idea. Before, unsafe count plus plus with no protection. After, either enforce mutual exclusion using synchronized or enforce atomicity using an atomic integer. Next week, we will do three things: eliminate races, prove correctness with happens before reasoning, and explore the trade-offs including deadlocks. Now we move from theory into tools. With JPs and JStack, we can inspect real thread states. Blocked means a thread is trying to enter a synchronized region but cannot. It's waiting for a monitor. Waiting to lock tells you it wants a monitor it does not own, and the 0x is an identifier for the monitor object. This is runtime evidence of contention. When analyzing a thread dump, ask engineering questions. Which thread is blocked? On which monitor? Who owns that monitor? How many threads are runnable? These questions connect directly to lifecycle states and monitor ownership, and they are the foundation for diagnosing deadlocks next week. Quick precision check. Can a terminated thread restart? No. Does sleep release locks? No. Is runnable equal to executing? No. It means eligible to run. Does priority guarantee order? No. And is count plus plus atomic? No. It's multiple operations. These are the kinds of misconceptions that create production bugs. Summary: race conditions cause silent corruption. Join ensures completion, not safety. Count plus plus is not atomic. Shared mutable state requires protection. Race conditions are design-level violations. They cannot be tested away. They must be designed away. If multiple threads write shared data, you must synchronize access. This is not a style choice. It's a law of concurrent programming. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Threads interleave unpredictably. Count plus plus is not atomic. Join ensures completion, not correctness. Race conditions cause silent corruption. So if multiple threads write shared data without protection, correctness is not guaranteed by design. So the key question becomes, how do we guarantee only one thread modifies shared data at a time? What we need is mutual exclusion, controlled access, and deterministic behavior. That is the job of synchronization. We introduced the failure mode, races, lost updates, and interleavings. Now we shift from diagnosis to control. Next step, synchronization, locks, and critical sections. We are now at an important transition point. We have observed non-deterministic behavior, identified atomicity violations, distinguished visibility from mutual exclusion, understood structural race conditions. We now know that if multiple threads write shared data, correctness is not guaranteed. This is not a theoretical limitation. It is a design requirement. From race condition chaos to controlled mutual exclusion with memory guarantees, you will use synchronized correctly. Understand intrinsic monitors. Establish happens before through locking. Distinguish visibility from exclusion. Detect and resolve deadlocks. Inspect thread states using tools. Enforce lock ordering. Inspect threads using JStack and Visual VM. By the end of week 3, non-determinism will be a design choice, not an accident. Concurrency is not dangerous. Uncontrolled concurrency is. Next week, we take control with synchronization, memory semantics, and deadlock analysis.